Boston is Google ready. We call our plan Opportunity Hub, a vision of connectivity that links the inner city with our remarkable concentration of high-tech businesses and institutions, raising up the underserved and emerging neighborhoods of Boston.
I think what this is going to say to the community is dream big. And there's no dream that's too large for us.
We're a global city, but we're a small, manageable city. The neighborhoods of Boston are very easy for us to reach. We're sitting in a facility today that reaches out into every neighborhood of Boston with fiber optic capabilities, with shadow conduit, with all kinds of connectivity that if I'm Google and I'm thinking about implementing this new infrastructure in a global, recognized city, Boston is absolutely the place to go.
We're Google ready from the word go. At the hub of our infrastructure is the communication center for the entire New England region, known as One Summer Street, home to over 45 telecommunication networks and over 150 Fortune 1000 data center customers. This building has never lost power, thanks to 24 rooftop generators and on-site diesel fuel storage.
I'd like to welcome Google to the Cross Connect room. This is really the heart of the building. This is where all the communication carriers actually seat their fiber cable. From the backs of these panels, it goes directly to their switches and POPs. What we try to do is we try to line up all the carriers in this particular row. You have companies, regional companies like N-Star, Light Tower. You have national companies like XO, Verizon, MCI. You have international companies like British Telecom, and Hibernia Atlantic is here. What we would like to do is invite Google to join us. And plugging into these networks is as simple as having your space and your panel here, and we'll get you connected.
The spokes that radiate from the Opportunity Hub are beginning to reach every member of our community.
Over the last couple years, we have built a carrier-grade fiber optic network to a lot of our city buildings. Schools, public libraries, police, fire, all of our emergency, medical, public safety locations have been connected to a fiber network so that we can enable connectivity to all of those critical anchor institutions in the city. We're up to 150 plus buildings across the city now. And if I'm Google and I'm coming into Boston to create their demonstration network, they can plug into all of those critical buildings on day one.
Community connectivity begins with public safety.
The police department has been upgrading its systems. It has been introducing new systems, new ways to communicate with the community.
As technology advances, it just has a greater impact on what we do and how we do our job. It impacts how we receive the information, how we receive calls for help. It impacts how we relay that information to officers in the field and how quickly we can get information to them and get officers to the scene where they're needed.
World-class hospitals and medical centers are ready to take advantage of the high-speed network to further their frontline research and better serve our citizens.
All of the hospitals within Boston are now or have converted to electronic health records. So the benefit to having an infrastructure across the city would be, it's very exciting.
We're already working together on Renew Boston, a program to reduce energy consumption that will make use of new technologies.
It's not just your monthly utility bill, but it's also information about your house and your neighborhood and infrared photography and all of that information made accessible and understandable through the use of a geographic information system to really show you on a map graphically where the energy use is highest and where the greatest opportunities for saving are.
And we're not just talking about buildings and hardware ready to go. The more difficult human infrastructure is also in place. Our business, academic, health, and citizen organizations already collaborate and implement ways to connect Bostonians.
Our people understand the value of broadband in their lives. We've been educating them for the last 10 years in our public schools. children and their families on why broadband makes their lives better, easier, how they can make progress in jobs, in connecting to service providers. We send them home with computers, but they often can't afford the commercial products to connect to the internet. We need to find a way to bridge that digital divide.
One exciting program that exists already in Boston schools is called Tech Goes Home.
That's a program where we train children and their parents in how to use broadband, how to connect to the internet, and why it makes their lives better.
No, I call the computer.
When everyone comes in, I ask, who has homework? Oh, I do. This one's yelling, oh, I need a computer. This one's, I need the laptop. And we kind of have to like take turns on who's going to go on first, and there's some that need help. My 6th grader, sometimes he needs help from the 8th grader, so she's really good. She's really computer literate. You did good, girl. Enough.
It is about building stronger families, that the families, the entire family, can be engaged, can be focused, and can, as a family, enter into the 21st century technology world. It doesn't get better than that.
Boston has long been a leader in the integration of technology in the classroom.
We know that for a lot of our students, just coming to school and learning in the traditional ways hasn't worked. And we know that unless we engage them in new and different ways, and in ways that they're used to engaging in other places, the technology, we won't be able to keep them in school, get them excited about learning, and also open the door to the kind of career possibilities and the skills that they're going to need to research, to investigate, to learn things that, and be exposed to things that they would never otherwise learn about, except through technology.
Because we want to make sure our kids in Boston have the same opportunities as the kids in the wealthier neighborhoods of our state. And that's why I think I'm a big fan of technology. That's why I'll support the initiatives like this one and other ones we have.
At the Lilla G. Frederick Pilot Middle School, we are very savvy about technology. Every student in our building has a laptop. We help them get laptops and access at home. And what we find is we really need better access. We need faster download speeds so that we can improve on the work that we're already doing. Our students need to be able to video chat, to download and watch videos, to watch the news events as they're happening. We just don't have the speed to do that.
The Opportunity Hub geography incorporates the majority of Boston's many colleges and universities, where eager, creative minds are ready to put Google technology to use in areas from public health to architecture to finance. With innovative professionals, great infrastructure, and the ability to work together, it's easy to envision how a Google partnership will succeed in Boston and say to the community that we can dream big.
To say that every young person and every family has an opportunity to do greater, to fulfill those dreams when your child was born. Oh, he's going to be the president, or he's going to be an astronaut. I believe, and some folks might think, man, that's a big leap, but I believe that this is the beginning of fulfilling those type of dreams and people dreaming again in this community.